How far are you willing to run to raise money for your school? Well, for our very own Coach Glavin and Mr. Eldredge, the answer is 100 miles. These two men recently traveled to Mount St. Ida, Arkansas to run in the annual LOVit 100-mile race.
I was very nervous all day before the race actually started. Like I felt like I was pacing around, like just couldn't sit still. So I knew it was going to be fine once we got to the race, and it was. It was just like with the kids that run for cross country or track. Like you're nervous beforehand, and once the race starts, you just kind of forget about it and go run. Once the race started, it was like we were out on a run with a bunch of friends. You know, the atmosphere is like that, and we were talking with other runners. So once the race started, it was really relaxed and enjoyable, at least for a few hours.
Right now we're okay. We're a little ahead of pace.
Well, we're keeping it easy. I mean, we're not pushing, that's for sure. Hey, we'll see you later.
Go Eagles, baby.
See you next time.
Here we go, Liberty!
I don't know. I don't know what I would pick as one challenging thing. For sure, I guess the weather was the toughest thing. It rained all day Wednesday. A couple days before our race, it rained all day Friday, and then we started at 5 p.m. So there were a ton of creek crossings that were knee deep, and we were told we really wouldn't get that wet on the run except for like one or two spots, and because it rained so much, that was not what happened. That was the hardest thing.
It was misting or raining almost the entire time, so there was that.
Controlling my body temperature. I was hot and cold off and on and never comfortable in that way the whole time. That was definitely the hardest.
Throughout the race, both men were able to stop at different aid stations and get the help they needed to finish the race. At these stations, they could get something to eat, receive dry clothes, and stop for a chat with their friends who came along.
Anytime you do these, it's a team effort. We each have like some separate friends and common friends that joined to help us out and be our crew, make sure we had all the stuff we needed at aid stations. And I just like the team effort of getting together with them and those guys there helping to support us. I thought that was amazing.
Yeah, without the guys that we had there helping us, like I wouldn't have made it as far as I did. Coach Eldredge wouldn't have finished. I mean, there were aid stations and things like that, and the people there were super helpful. But just being able to rely on our friends to be at every place and take care of us, run with us later in the race, like that was invaluable.
Unfortunately, Coach Glavin was unable to finish the race due to an injury, but he was determined to see his friend finish the 100 miles.
I know too, like just the excitement. I didn't finish, but one of the things when I started having trouble, I started thinking to myself, like, okay, I've got to make a decision when I'm going to stop running because I can make it to the finish line in the car and get to see Coach Eldredge finish. And like, that was just awesome. Getting to see all the runners come in, but especially Coach Eldredge. Just because you run 100 miles, that's a huge accomplishment. So that was pretty special.